to be a Purple Heart city. And I did a little research, and this is what I came up with a Purple Heart city, and Colonel Brooks is going to speak here in a minute. An expression of gratitude to the sons and daughters of the City of LaFayette who gave their lives or were wounded in combat defending the freedoms that all Americans enjoy. That's what it is to be a Purple Heart city. Pretty simple. Gratitude. We members, we citizens of the City of LaFayette show a great deal of gratitude to all of you, sons and daughters, that protected our freedom, died in the cause of protecting our freedom, or were wounded in that cause. And we thank you for that.
It means a great deal to me and to those who hold the Purple Heart. I will start out these brief remarks by expressing my deep and sincere appreciation to those individuals, business owners, churches, banks, and service clubs whose generosity made this endeavor possible. Thank you for your donations. I want to recognize a special donor who's not here today. I don't know his name. I was in a parking lot of a business here when a young boy approached me and asked if I was the Purple Heart man. I said, I guess I am. At which point he gave me a quarter and said, this is for my grandpa. He died in Vietnam and I never met him. I was so overcome, I couldn't even speak. So wherever he is, thank you for your donation, young man. Especially I want to thank our city manager, David Hamilton, for his support in making this event possible. This monument that we dedicate today represents those wounded in combat and those that gave their lives in the service of their country. In World War I, Walker County gave 19 of her sons to the defense of freedom. World War II, 83 of her sons died. In combat in the Pacific and Europe, those 83 were remembered when they put these these crosses up every year. Korea claimed 16 of our sons. In Vietnam, an astounding 31 casualties from this county gave their lives. I had the privilege and the honor at Simmons Park back in 1998 of dedicating that plaque and little memorial they've got out there to those young men. And I go off script here for a minute and tell you that had to be a very emotional time for me. When I gave that speech, there were tears finished because I had the mothers, the wives of some of them, of those veterans, their brothers, in a couple of cases, their children there. We fire a volley, give them a shell and a rose to the next of kin. And I want to tell you, it took me a few hours before I regained my composure. Their sacrifice was everything, and it enables us to enjoy the freedoms that so many take for granted. Their sacrifice was everything and enables us to enjoy a great deal. There would be no guarantee of the Bill of Rights without the blood given by the holders of the Purple Heart. For your information, there are close to 100 recipients of the Purple Heart that reside in this county. We only know 53 of them because of the information we obtained on numbers of license plates issued. This monument does not in any manner glorify war. All of us who wear the Purple Heart will quickly tell you that there were no bands with marching music. There were no flags waving, no shiny buttons and medals. It was a nasty business. It is a dirty, horrible thing. Anyone who tells you any different is a liar and a phony. War is not glory. It's a nasty, nasty business. But the people who get their gallantry and bravery that they exhibit on the battlefield in no way justifies the cruelty of the act of war itself. But let me be very clear. Those who would let others defend their freedoms and seek to hide from their obligations and responsibilities to the country are, in my view, far worse than the ugliness of war. Welcome home, brothers. Thank you, and may God bless each of you with peace in your hearts.
Thank you again for all the sacrifices. Thank you. We do love you. And we appreciate all that you've done, and we always honor you. And what a wonderful, wonderful way to do that to the Purple Hearts. That concludes our program today. Thank you guys, and have a great rest of the day.